Welcome to The Update. Nath Gardner with you. The Coalition and government have reached a deal, paving the way for a referendum for the Indigenous voice to Parliament. Shadow's Special Minister of State, Jane Hume, has welcomed the compromise, which has seen the government agree to distribute an official pamphlet outlining both cases.
We would very much like to thank the constructive way in which the government has engaged with the opposition to ensure that this bill, in its final form, is in a way that the opposition can support it.
A Perth teenager accused of murder has pleaded guilty to a downgraded charge of unlawfully killing a pregnant woman. Last November, the then 17-year-old threw a lump of concrete through a car window, which hit 30-year-old Diane Miller in the head. She and her unborn child died several days later. The teenager will face a sentencing hearing on April 27. The federal government is allocating $700,000 in support services for families forced to give up their children for adoption. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the National Apology for Forced Adoptions. The Albanese government, meantime, is under increasing pressure to lift welfare to help Australians on the breadline. New data released by the Council of Social Service shows 1 in 8 Australians are living in poverty after paying for housing costs. ACOS wants a lift to payments like JobSeeker to help with cost of living pressures. Aussies are splashing the cash online, spending a whopping $63.8 billion last year alone. Home and garden items, the most popular purchases, but Australia Post Gary Starr is tipping a drop in spending as inflation drives up prices.
Shoppers have been dipping into the savings that they accumulated during lockdowns, but as price inflation is expected to taper later this year, we do expect a slowdown in retail sales growth.
And despite his dramatic predictions, Donald Trump has not been arrested. His fears stem from an investigation into alleged hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels in 2016. One more witness needs to be heard before a decision on a potential arrest is made. Sport and entertainment are next. Turning to sport now, the Socceroos are preparing to play their first match on home soil since last year's heroics at the World Cup. Graham Arnold's team will take on Ecuador on Friday night in Sydney. Striker Mitchell Duke says praise from Argentina has given the Socceroos a boost.
Best validation you can get from the current world champions for their coach to say that we're the hardest game to prepare for is like huge credit to us, and I think we've earned the respect from the footballing community all around the world. The
third and deciding one day between Australia and India is in Chennai, and the upcoming Bells Beach Classic will be the last world surfing event for Aussie Owen Wright, the 33-year-old announcing his retirement. And in entertainment news now, Boy George and his Culture Club bandmates have agreed to pay more than $3 million to the band's ex-drummer. Founding band member John Moss brought legal action against the Stars, alleging he was expelled by their manager in 2018 and was seeking a settlement over profits. And dance monkey hitmaker Tones and I has tied the knot, marrying her boyfriend of almost 2 years at a ceremony in Bali at the weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of The Update.